Hey everybody, what's going on? Kyle here with another lesson, and today we're doing the Life in Technicolor 2 Piano Acoustic. If you've never seen this or heard it, I will leave a few different videos in the description below. Chris played it a couple times throughout the Viva era, and I did learn it by watching a few different videos as well as my ear, so it may not be 100% correct, but I feel it's pretty close, definitely close enough to teach. So I'll play it for you real quick. So starting off with the right hand riff, it's going to be A, B, A, C sharp, E, A, B, A, F sharp twice, E. Repeat that again. This time, move up from the F sharp to G sharp. And then you just keep repeating that over and over. So the first sequence has the F sharp, second sequence, G sharp. Moving on to the chords, pretty simple chords. First chord, F sharp, A, C sharp. Second chord, move down to a D chord, D, F sharp, A. So we'll call this the F sharp chord. I think that's what it's called. Not too good with chords, so forgive me. So F sharp, down to the D, D, F sharp, A, finally up to the A chord, A, C sharp, E. So how you play that is these first, so if you remember the first sequence is with the F sharp, second sequence G sharp. This first sequence has the first two chords in it. The A chord is held for the entire second sequence. So. And then from there you repeat. Then how you play those two hands together is the left hand's kind of delayed, so you play the right hand A note first, then the left hand comes in. So see how I'm playing that A note first. And also transitioning, you can play your thumb in the left hand. So C sharp, A, E, just to kind of fill the space right there. And right there I play C sharp, going back into the F sharp chord. So that just keeps repeating, and then the verse is actually the same chords, but they're played a little bit differently. So the right hand first because it's pretty easy. There's a little bit of a stretch here. You're playing A octaves, but these A octaves are going to be staying the entire time. You're just moving these middle notes right here. So I first chord the F sharp chord, right hand A octaves, middle C sharp, F sharp. So add the left hand in, C sharp, F sharp. You'll notice right here is that first chord we played. There's just some extra stuff attached to it. Second chord, move to the D. Literally everything stays the same, but you're moving these two C sharps up to D. Everything else stays. And then here you're moving to the A. So left hand you're gonna move D down to C sharp, F sharp down to E. Right hand same thing. D down to C sharp, F sharp down to E. Left hand you also could play A and E if you prefer. I play C sharp E. So, pretty easy transitions right there. Like I said, those A's aren't moving. Repeat that 3 times. Just the third time right here. There's a little bit of a change. So now we come to Baby It's a Violent World. This part, left hand's going to be E octaves. You could add a B in there as well if you'd like. I play just E octaves. And then right hand, there's 2 different variations right here. So I usually play B, E, A, and then move this A down to G sharp. So now, Baby, it's a violent, like that. In one of the versions, he does play octaves there, so he plays A octaves, but you're gonna have to add this B and E in the middle, so it's a little bit of a stretch right there, but it's so you can play those G sharp octaves, so like that. But I usually just play B, E, A. And then right here, go back to that A chord. The C sharp E, right hand A, C sharp E, A. So last part once again. So radio I heard, now baby, it's a violent world. Oh, also I forgot to mention for that first part of the verse is in a couple of the versions, when he plays this A chord, he'll move the C sharp up to D briefly and play it once or twice, and then go back down to the C sharp. Like that. And then how I'm playing this as well is just kind of going back and forth between the right and left hand. Usually the right hand I move first, then the left hand. So similar to that intro riff with that left hand being delayed, I kind of delay it as well for the verse. So transition the right hand first, left hand follows. And then as you're playing the chords, just add that thumb in there for the right hand. Chris does that a lot in couple different songs. And so we'll just play that A, or play the left hand note in the thumb as he transitions. Alright, so that is that right there. Moving into the chorus, I believe he doesn't play that little riff until the very end, if at all. So chorus, actually the same thing, the same as that thing we just played, except the A chord is actually going to be a different chord. So right here, instead of playing the A chord, you're going to play C sharp left hand, right hand, G sharp, G sharp, C sharp, E, G sharp up here. So G sharp octaves, C sharp, E in the middle. You can hear my neighbors outside screaming, so that's cool. So, oh love, don't let me go. So right here, you're just playing that C sharp instead of the A. Play it again. So if you notice too, like I said, it's just instead of A, C sharp, E, the A is going to go down to G sharp. And third time, this time you are going to follow through and go to the A chord. So the A, C sharp, E, A. But this time you're going to follow down with the lyrics. So he says, like a serenade of sound, or I can hear the siren sound. You're going to go down, and these are chords you already played. So you're going to play that A chord. So hear the siren. That's the C sharp left hand, right hand, G sharp, C sharp, E, and then G sharp. So hear the siren. So hear the siren. Then on sound, I'm gonna move to that very first chord, the F sharp. So C sharp, F sharp, left hand, right hand, A, C sharp, F sharp, A. So once again, A chord, down to the C sharp, which is the G sharp octave, C sharp, E in the middle, left hand C sharp alone, and then to that final chord, C sharp, F sharp, left hand, A, C sharp, F sharp, A, right hand. And then down my feet, you've played this part already, with the E's. Go to that A chord. Coming up, repeat that riff. then move into the second verse once again. Same thing as the first verse. Sometimes Chris will usually move up an octave, so you could do that. I usually stay down here though. And then we go back into the chorus. Once again, same chords, same thing, repetitive. And then we get to the ending part. This part, I do usually play the riff. So the left hand does change a bit. You can keep playing everything the same, but I add that riff in there, which is this. So pretty much you're excluding the E, F sharp, and G sharp before. So it's A, B, A, C sharp, A, B, A, C sharp twice, A. So left hand, same thing as before, we kind of changing one of those chords though. So you get that first chord, the F sharp, A, C sharp, down to the D chord, D, F sharp, A. This is the same thing as the intro. And then right here, instead of playing that A chord, remember we have to play the C sharp chord. So all we have to do is move this A down to G sharp, and that becomes C sharp. Play that 3 times. Or sorry, twice. And the third time, on Gravity Release Me, you're actually gonna follow through, play the A chord, and this is that follow down thing. So same chords as before, but it's a little bit easier this time because you're on that A chord right here. You're just gonna move the A down to G sharp, and then move down to that very first chord, the F sharp, A, C sharp. Second to last chord, E, G sharp, B. Final chord, A, C sharp, E. So once again, that walk down real quick. So gravity, release me, and don't ever hold me down. Now my feet won't touch the ground. And then how you play it with the riff. Could also add an octave in there as well if you want to get fancy. A little harder to do, but you get the idea. Alright, so that is it for this lesson. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to keep an eye here on YouTube for my community posts. You can also follow me on Twitter at ColdplayKB if you want to stay up to date with upcoming lessons, make requests, anything like that. I will also have a cover of this song out at some point, so be sure to check that out. I will put a link in the description once I've done that. Once again, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next lesson.